Okay, sorry about that. The joys of working from home. Okay, so let me start over. All right, so I've already talked a little bit about what we are going to be doing here in the Slack channel, but for future people watching in the Udemy channel, the purpose of this experiment is normally when our usual videos that you guys watch when we are teaching, those are kind of sanitized. You know, we have put a lot of time into already writing the code once. When we're teaching it, we're referencing that code, usually on a second monitor. And oh, I'm out of breath. I just ran upstairs and back. Whew, okay. So those videos that you'll see, it's not a accurate depiction of what development really is like. You know, you don't just sit down and yeah, I do need to exercise more, Peter. You don't just sit down and write flawless code. Sometimes, I mean, even in the videos, sometimes we make mistakes and we leave those mistakes in for the purposes of, you know, letting you guys know that, hey, sometimes you make a mistake and here's how to find it. But anyway, so the purpose, or what we're going to try and do with these videos is I'm coding up what I call the alpha versions, which is the code that I reference. We're going to be coding up the alpha version of the new Firebase section. All right, and I have an idea of what that app is going to be like, but I haven't done hardly any prep just to keep this series as raw and authentic as possible. I will do some light editing, you know, if I need to edit Theo out again, or if I'm stuck for like a really long time and I just need to, you know, cut out some time, or if I burp really loud or something. So those will, so these videos are going to be mostly unedited, and you guys will just be able to see the whole process of what development might look like from start to finish. Well, I'm not sure we probably won't be able to broadcast every single time that I'm working on the app, but I'll try to do as much as possible. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. All right, so the idea for the app that we've kind of talked about is that it's going to be a storefront app. Oh, I need to share my screen. Okay, start share. Okay, can everybody see that? Okay, thanks, guys. Yeah, we're going old school. Crack the code. We're just going to code it up in a Word doc. I don't need no autocomplete. All right, so here we're going to talk about the requirements. So kind of, you know, before we jump into creating the app, it's probably a good idea to kind of figure out what you want that app to do. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a storefront app. All right, so it's a storefront app. So what do we want to have happen? We want to be able to have authentication for our users. And I'm probably going to do email and password. And then I also want to do Facebook, because I recently learned some kind of interesting things with doing that and being able to pull down additional information and being able to display the profile image and that kind of stuff. So pull profile, info, display, avatar. Also link accounts. So what this means is you can have a Facebook ID and an email and password, or a Google. You can have these Firebase accounts linked on the back end, so you could then log in with any of those accounts. All right, so authentication, that's pretty much it. Register and log in, and this will all be done with Firebase. We're going to do full error handling, okay? So we're gonna try and make this kind of as much of a production app ready as possible. A lot of tutorials they'll just be like, and if error doesn't equal null, and then they'll just be like, handle error, And with login, there's actually a lot of stuff that you need to take into account. You need to make sure that email addresses are formatted in a valid format. You need to make sure that passwords match. You need to make sure that, and then there's the Firebase error handling as well. You have things like it'll send back errors documenting whether that email account is already in use, whether that email account has been suspended, whether the password doesn't match the email that you tried to send in. So there's a lot of error handling that goes into a kind of a complete login authentication experience. All right, so then let's talk about once you log in, what do you see? All right, so as a user, so these are called user stories. Okay, so when you're describing what a user experiences. Okay, so on login, we're going to display categories that represent products that user can buy. Okay, and then clicking into category, we'll display the products in that category that will be for sale, and then clicking on one will allow to buy with Stripe. Okay, I want to do Stripe. I can't guarantee that we will, but I'm going to try and get that in. Okay, so that's the user, and maybe like a wish list, just to put something that's not only read-only for the users here. All right, so that's what the user is going to be able to see. Now, as admin, we're also going to be making an admin app for this. So like the idea is that we're building an app that you as the store owner or the small business owner, you have this app on the App Store and users can look at it and see your products that you're selling. But also as the admin, as the store owner, you have your separate app that you can easily and quickly update information. You can add new categories, you can add new products, you can update stock, that kind of stuff. All right, so with the admin app, you're able to add new categories, products, set price, and stock maybe. All right, and that's pretty much it, I think, all we'll need for that. With the products and categories, we should have the ability to add images as well, and we'll be using Firestore for that. Alrighty, user stories, admin. I think that about covers what we want this app to do. We should probably give it a name. I was kind of thinking Firestore because we're making a storefront and we use Firestore. Oh, so clever. All right, so we have all of our requirements. I think that looks good. I'm just gonna save this up here on the desktop, and we'll say Firestore Rex. Alrighty, so now we have our Firestore requirements. We kind of have a direction. We know what we're doing. So I'm just going to open up a browser over here, and I'm gonna say, let's look at some design inspiration. I'm gonna say, I don't know, storefront app iOS. Uh-oh. Should probably turn off my notifications. All right, let's check out images. Just kind of getting an idea. Yeah, I've read that, Peter. That's the one where they rack up like how much, 50K in an evening. Oh, I think this is a separate one. I saw one where this is only 1,000. They did, I think, like 50,000 in one night because of a mistake in the way they were handling queries. Let's see here. So I'm kind of thinking pretty simple for the categories. Probably just kind of some rounded cards in a collection view, maybe 2 by however many there are. And then for the products, maybe a single row. We'll see how we look. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get started. I'm going to start a brand new Xcode project here. And let's see, get started with create new Xcode project. Single view app. And we're going to call this Firestore Alpha. And that looks good. Put this on the desktop, create git and create. Have any of you guys been getting the beach ball with latest Mojave and Xcode? I get it whenever I'm creating a new file. I get it a lot. There we go, finally. All right, so here we go. All right, let's set up Firestore right off the bat. Let's see, do I still have a browser over here? Nope. All right, pull over a browser. All right, so Firebase, super easy to set up. All right, yeah, you just go to your console, and if you have a Gmail account and you already have a Firebase account, go to add project. Call this Firestore. I wonder if they'll let me name it Firestore. Okay, cool. I accept and create. All right, and here we are. So now we can get started by adding Firebase to your app. Tons of stuff here. We're going to be doing an iOS app. So first thing you do is just follow these instructions. I'm going to switch back to our project so I can get the bundle identifier and register. Download the Google service-info.plist, and then we just grab that from our downloads. And drop that into our project. And this just contains information that Firebase needs to set up and connect with Firebase. All right, so we got that. Next, then we got to create our pod file if we haven't. All right, so I'm going to do that in, where is my terminal? I'm going to use the app, CocoaPods. New pod. FYI, if you use the CocoaPods app, I believe it has a bit of a memory leak or something. If you leave it open for a while, it'll really start eating up your memory. So once you're done using it, quit it. All right. Just copy over our pod here. We're gonna need. Whoops. And just install that. Alrighty, then what's the next step here? Yep, that's all done. All right, and then we just got to import and configure in our app delegate. Yes, it's being recorded, Joshua. All right, so that's done. Next up, we checking. Oh, run your app. All right, so let's go ahead and run this. Not on my iPad. There we go. Nope, go away, Siri. All right, I've deleted the app and we're trying again. Come on. It's never taken this long for me. That's right. Something always goes wrong when you're live coding. Oh, looks like we can skip. Oh, hey, there we go. All right, continue to console. All right, great. Okay, so Firebase is initialized, and let's check out what we have here. We have our authentication, and we are going to, right off the bat, enable email and password. And we'll start with that for now, because to enable Facebook, you have to have your app ID and secret. So we'll save that for later. Let's go ahead and let's initialize our storage or our database while we're here as well. We are going to be doing Cloud Firestore, of course, and we're going to be starting in test mode. Well, I guess we don't have to watch this finish. I guess we can start with the UI. Let's start working on the login stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and get our view controller. I am going to rename this, refactor, rename. This is going to be login VC. Very good. And then what we're going to do actually is I'm going to have multiple storyboards. And so you guys will be able to see how that works. I'm going to have the entirety of the login flow in its own storyboard. So I'm going to right click and say new file. And we're going to add a storyboard. So next. And this is going to be called the login storyboard. See, man, look how long it takes to just create files. I don't know what's going on. Peter said that turning off Google Drive helped for him. So maybe I should try that. All right, here we go. All right, gonna do some organization here. Controller. View. Model. Storyboards. Okay. All right, so here in our login storyboard, let me go ahead and remove the class for this one here. This is still going to be the initial one. What we're going to do is we're going to allow users to preview your store, but they can't, as guests, but they can't buy without being logged in. All right, so back to our login storyboard. We're going to need a new view controller. Just going to drop that in here. Oh, one other thing that we can add is link accounts, forgot password. I want to show you guys how easy that is with Firebase. All right, so what do we need here? Well, we're going to need a few text fields, obviously, for our name, or our email, I should say, and password. All right, so that's what we need to log in. We're going to need some buttons here. So we'll say button. This will be for login. Then we'll need a button for forgot password. And then another button for register new user. And I think that will be good enough. We'll also need one later for Facebook login. Okay. And I think that should be enough. Oh, thanks. Woo, unlimited minutes. We can just go forever, guys. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and do some styling here. Placeholder text. This is going to be email. I suppose we should have a label or something that says login. Login. Email. This is going to be password. Password. This is forgot password. This is going to be log in. This will be, what was this one? Forgot password. Oh yeah, log in with Facebook. And this is create new user. Well, sounds like I should make a Twitch account, guys. All right, so here, let's go ahead and do some styling. Let's grab, I like my text fields a little bit taller. So I'm gonna set a height of 40. And then let's put these in a stack view. And let's put everything in a stack view. Stack view it up. All right, and then let's go ahead and constrain this. 20 from left, 20 from top, 20 from the right. All right, and then our stack view needs to be of alignment, fill. There we go. And then we'll put this in this. Middle's good. All right, looking good, looking good. Let's go ahead and change this font. Let's try something custom. Maybe Futura. I kind of like Futura. And that looks good. Color. Maybe we should have to think up a color theme that I like. Ooh, I know what we can do. I have my iPad here, and have you guys tried Autodesk Sketch? It's pretty cool. Let me see here. Where are you? QuickTime. Here we go. All right. So color themes. Maybe I can find a theme that I like in here. I kind of like this one that I have at the top currently. What do you guys think? Oops. That's this one, right? Yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna do is let's grab those colors with sip. So, all right, so we got that one, and that one. We'll grab that light blue one too while we're at it. And we'll grab them all. Okay, cool. All right. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and maybe I should make a constants to hold those colors. Let's go create a new group. Utils. Yeah, I know. All right. Ridiculous. Okay, so here we'll say colors. I don't have my hex converter in here right now, so we're just gonna go ahead and go with RGBs. Let's see if I can get RGBs from this. Can I? No. Fine. Guess I'll have to convert it. Hex convert. All right, so we have this guy here. All right, copy that. What color was that? Was that the blue? Let golf blue equal UI color. We're gonna need to import UI kit. I do not understand why UI color does not have a hex initializer yet. It's ridiculous. All right, so red is 58 divided by 255. Green is 68 divided by 255. Blue is 92 divided by 255. Alpha is 1.0. All right, so we'll copy this. And we had, oh, really? What's that? Color literal? And then you, thank you, Dan. All right, let's see here. We have this one here. Sweet. Wait, why didn't it stay? Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so that's not the blue anymore. What was that name? Roman. I'll just name it myself. We're calling this, let's say, FS for Firestore red. Sweet. All right, what else do we have? We have FS blue, and we have color literal, and we'll go other, and let's go with this one here. And we'll do one more for that white color, FS white. All right, I'll just do those three for now. All right, looking pretty good. All right, back to storyboards, login storyboard. Login. All right, now let's give that a color. Oh, I just realized that it doesn't really help us if I have them as constants, does it? Are those not available to us in here? That's a shame. All right. I'm a dum-dum. Let's see here. All right, so let's do the red one for this. See how that looks. Looks pretty good. All right, and for the color here, let's go ahead and do our that dark blue one, maybe Gulf blue. There we go. We'll see how that looks. All right, cool. Now for these buttons, let's do background color of maybe that dark blue. Let's see how it looks with the text color being that off-white that we had here. Did I not grab that? Okay, there we go. That looks okay. Then let's go ahead and make these buttons bigger too. Let's go maybe 40. That looks good. And then we'll make up a custom class later to round these corners. Let's go ahead and change the font here. We're gonna go with Futura. Do I keep picking medium over and over again? And medium looks good. All right. Let's see, does that look good? Let's try making the background color that off-white as well. Yeah, all right. Looking pretty good, I think. Cool, all right, so let's go ahead and wire these up. hold Option and click on our login VC here. And I used to do this on all of my view controllers. Have these little sections here. I haven't done it in a while. I think I'm gonna go back to it though. All right, so we have our, oh, forgot to set the class, login VC. All right, outlets, Y, login VC, login VC. Oh, I am outside of my class right here. There we go. All right, and this is email, text. This is password, text. Here we have our forgot password. Clicked. And login, clicked. Facebook, login, clicked. And create, new, clicked. All right. Do we need to do any? Do we need outlets for any of these buttons? Man, we'll see. All right. So one thing that I'm thinking, forgot password. That's usually not like a button on par with the other buttons. In fact, it's usually just text. So let's do this. Let's set the text color to our red, and let's set the background to that white. And what we'll do, let's remove its height. And actually, we might just want to make that even smaller. Let's go with something like 25. Yeah. And then let's go ahead and set its alignment to the right. There we go. I think that looks better. And you might actually want to also set a width on this button so that if they tap over here, it doesn't actually click on the forgot password. Let's do that. I'm not sure what that width is going to be. Let's try maybe 200. That didn't work out. So why did that happen? Stack view is constrained. Set the width. Maybe I need to adjust the compression. Horizontal. Content hugging. Intrinsic. Let's try dropping this maybe. No. Any ideas? Why is this doing this? Why can't I just set the width on this? So the stack view alignment is fill. Distribution, spacing. Let's drop the spacing a little bit. I'll have to come back to that one later. All right, so we have those. Let's go ahead and add our view controller for create new user. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like if I change this background color to that red. Yeah, I think that looks good. All right, view controller. So this is going to be where we create our new user, background to our off-white. And so what should we have here? We are going to need email, password, maybe a username, and then also a button to allow them to register with Facebook. So I'm going to copy these two over here. And actually, you know what? I'm going to copy this whole stack view. Paste it over here. There we go. And go to constrain that 20, 20, and 20. Constrain to margins. Yes. And they're going to change this to say register. Email, password. We don't need this. I guess the rest of that makes sense except for the login, which will say register. And we'll move login with Facebook down to the bottom. And we'll say link with Facebook. We're going to require that they still actually register with email and password. We're just going to additionally link with Facebook. All right, so we're going to have email, password. Let's go ahead and have another password field here to confirm password. Confirm password, email, and then let's do a username up here at the top. Placeholder, user name, email, password, confirm password, register, create new user. All right, I think that looks pretty nice. All right, so let's go ahead and create our segue. Give it a name, to register account. All right, looks pretty good. What do you guys think so far? Let's make sure that these, these actions carried over from when I copied it. So we're just going to remove those. Looks like the outlets did not copy over. All right, perfect. All right, so now let's go ahead and create a new view controller. Open up our left panel here. And this is going to be for registering new user. Cocoa Touch class. Next. And let's call this register user VC. And say next. And then we gotta wait several minutes for the beach ball to go away. Oh, good. Here we go. All right. Open this up in a assistant editor. Don't forget to set your view controller class. let's make some outlets here. All right, username. Email. Password. Text. Confirm. Pass. Text. And then our buttons. Let's go register clicked. Why do I have these two buttons? Register is the same thing as create new user. Okay, so let's get rid of this one and make the Facebook button red. There we go. All right, next up, register, link with Facebook. Link with Facebook clicked. All right. Whew. Okay, so there we have it. All right, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and come to our main storyboard. And for right now, all I'm going to do is put in a button here that says log in, log out. Okay, and let's go ahead and make this look just a little bit nicer. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. And that's fine. I don't need to make it look nice. We don't have a view controller anymore for this one, so I'm going to create a new new file here and say Cocoa Touch class. Say home VC. Hey, that one went fat. Oh, nope. There's the beach ball. Let's see, how long we've been going? Whoa, nearly an hour already. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, so we got our home VC. Let's save that, jump into our main.storyboard. Just wire up this login button real quick. So, oh, I need to set the type of the class. Real quick, if you do that and you're expecting to be able to set a IB action or outlet and you just see this thing that says exit, you can know immediately that you have forgotten to set the class for your view controller. All right, so here is, what do I call this? Home VC, home VC, there we go. All right, now let's wire up this login button. And what this is just going to do is this is kind of just a placeholder for us to be able to get to our actual login flow storyboard here. So I'm going to say login out clicked and say connect. All right, and then all we're going to do here is we are going to initialize, or we're going to load our storyboard view controller here. So here we need a view login VC. We need a storyboard ID here. So this is login VC. Okay. And then let's see here, home VC. Let's see if I can remember how to do this off the top of my head. I do not. All right. So time to Google. Launch view controller from other storyboard Swift. Oh yeah. I think there's a quicker way than that, actually. That's fine. This is a login storyboard. Controller storyboard. This is a login VC. And then present the controller, and perfect. All right, gonna save that and let's test it out. Yeah, sometimes I just copy paste code from Stack Overflow. All right, beautiful. Let's say create new user. And that's not working because we never actually handled that. Register login VC. Create new clicked. We'll just say perform segue with identifier. The identifier was to register, I think. This is why people say that storyboards are bad. One of the reasons. Thanks. Self. All right, let's try that again. Log in. Create new user. Hey, alrighty. Looking good. You know what I want to do though? Back into login storyboard. I want to embed this in a navigation controller. And then if we do that, we are going to need to change the, where is it at? The storyboard ID from this one to this one. There we go. All right, let's try that again. Very nice. We can do some styling on that color. Let's see here. Let's see if I recall how to do this. Tint. Does that actually do? I think you have to do it programmatically. If I recall. Can you not hear me, Zachary? How about now? I actually muted you, Zachary, so you should be good now. All right, cool. All right, so, oh yeah, we were trying to see if I could figure out how to change this in code or in storyboard. And let's do some Googling. Change nav bar tint color Swift. Okay. Guess I have to do that on each view controller. Let's do our FS red. Log in, log out. Create new user. Oh, so it changed both of those. Oh, you know what? I think, oh, that's the navigation bar tint color. So if we go back to our login storyboard, I guess maybe I did change this. Navigation bar tint. Let's go with our off-white. Save that and try that again. Yeah, because it was right there. It just didn't reflect last time. Yeah. All right. Okay. Looks good to me. Cool. All right, so log in, register, email, password, confirm. All right, so I think we're ready to start writing some authentication code. So let's do that. First, let's do the login, just because that is pretty easy. Actually, they're both really easy. Let's check out our documentation. I've written this code a bunch of times. I could open up some reference code, but let's take a look at the documents. Firebase, auth, email, iOS. All right, create password, yada, yada, yada. I think I do need to add, I need to add a new pod here. So let's go ahead and open up our CocoaPods again. Firestore Alpha, add that pod, install. We'll check back here. Yeah, look how easy this is. That's all you got to do. With email password. All right. Beautiful. Let's see if CocoaPods is done. Not quite yet. But we can add it in for now. Register user, register clicked. And we're going to need to import Firebase whenever it becomes available. Still waiting. Man, I swear my computer has become a lot slower since I updated to this latest Mojave beta. When's that coming out? Is that out yet? Stable? No? Okay, here we go. And get rid of that. Import Firebase. Oh, really? Let's see here. Josh says it was released on Monday. Mojave. Hey, you're right. Cool. I will need to do that. All right, what do we have here? Email. Okay, so once we click register, this is the code. All you need, you just need to access the create user method from the auth singleton from Firebase, pass in an email and a password. So let's go ahead and get that those email and password. Yeah, before I wouldn't have updated to Mojave if I didn't have to for the ARKit stuff. Like with the from going from Sierra to High Sierra, I did not update to High Sierra until, I don't know, maybe a month ago. So I usually don't update my Mac software regularly, but since I had to have Mojave for teaching ARKit stuff, I had to do it. All right, so let's get the username, or let's get the email and the password here. So I'm gonna say guard let email is equal to email text dot text. And we're going to create an extension real quick, that one that I showed you guys in the Slack channel, new group, extensions, new file, Swift file, and we'll call this extensions. And what we're doing here is, if I can get back, so we're just going to make an is not empty, because I really don't like how the exclamation point is empty looks. It's not very readable. All right, so here let's go var, and our extension, we're going to extend string, and we're going to var is not empty. We're going to return is empty. Oh yeah, this is a Boolean. Yeah, I think that's all I need for that extension. All right, back to our register user. So we say, so we're gonna unwrap it, make sure that there is some text in there, and then we're going to do a where to make sure that it's not empty, dot is not empty. And then we're going to get the password from password text dot text, where the password is also not empty. And if those conditions are not met, then we will return out of this function. All right, so, whoops, got my else on the wrong side there. All right, and then let's see what's going on here. All right, there we go. All right, cool. Auth.auth. So we have a auth result and an error. So with our auth result, what do we have in that auth result? Let's check it out. I guess that'll be in our create user. Auth result, Firebase, data result callback. Auth result of sign-in request containing both the user and the additional user info associated with the user. That's right. Okay. All right, so here we have a auth user. Let's do a check for an error here. So we're going to say if let error is equal to error. We're going to debug print the error for now. I know I said that we're going to do more than that, but just for right now, just to get the email auth set up, we're just going to debug print it. And if that is successful, like our let user, if that's successful, then we're just going to dismiss for now this view controller. And we'll just test up to that point so far. Yeah. All right, so that is open. Let's Let's get our Safari opened. Wow, this is still setting up the security rules. Okay, looks like it was just stuck. All right, come back to our authentication so we can see if when this works. All right, log in, log out. Create new user, register. We're not doing anything with email or username yet, or username or confirm yet. So we'll just say johnny@dev.com, password 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and register. And we dismissed, so we most likely had a successful registration. So just refreshed, and there we have it. So we got our user saved in as an authenticated user, and here you'll see the providers. So what I was talking about earlier with linking accounts, right now you can see that this user, this identifier, has the email and password provider. Once we link accounts, you'll see a Facebook icon here, as well as maybe a Google icon if we decide to do that as well. Alrighty. So now what that did was, what did we dismiss to? Did we dismiss to here? Create new user, jb@test.com, blah, 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 blah. Register. So we dismissed all the way to here. Why did we not dismiss back to this one? That's interesting. I guess that would be popping, since we're in a navigation controller. I mean, that's actually the behavior that I wanted. I was just expecting to have to do an unwind segue. Huh, interesting. Okay, so now we have registered a user. And in previous courses that I've done, what I did was I would send you back to the login page where you then had to log in with the credentials that you just created. That's not a great user experience. So after we create the user, why don't we just go ahead and log that user in as well? So we can do that. Let's jump into Safari, Firebase. It must be in the other one. Okay. Password auth, sign in. Okay. So this is the one that we want to sign in. So if we successfully create a user, then let's just go ahead and sign them in with email and password. And if that is successful, then we will dismiss to home. And I don't think we really need the user right now. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Let's save that, and then we can also grab this stuff here as well and put it in the login over here. Just extract the sign-in part. Import Firebase. Sign in, email, password, self.dismiss. Okay, that looks good. Let's get the error if let error is equal to error. Debug description error dot local. What's wrong? Oh, Dedoy. That goes in here. Yeah, here. There we go. Alrighty, cannot call value localized description. There we go. All right, sign in with email, debug description, error. Wait, what's wrong? If let error is equal to error dot localized description. Oh, debug description, debug print. There we go. Alrighty. So that looks good. All right, let's test both our login and registration then. All right, what was one of those accounts that I created? Johnny at Dev. Okay. All right, log in, log out. Email. Johnny at dev.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Login. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and storyboards. I've recently started using tabs a lot more. I never really used them before, but I got used to them in Android Studio and actually like them now. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, change these password fields to be content type, password, and secure text entry. And do the same thing over here, content type, password. I don't think so. Zachary asked, does Apple require you to do something else when putting debug print in production? I don't think so, as far as I know. Anybody else know? Secure text entry. All right, so now those will show up as the dots when we type. Let's see here, login, register, forgot password. Okay, cool. So we are successfully registering and logging in. And we've been going for an hour and 17 minutes and my throat is getting dry. So I'm going to show you one more thing here and then I think I'm going to call this video done. Let's go ahead and do this forgot password, all right? So if your users forget their password, it's like 3 lines of code for them to be able to reset it. It's really cool. All right, but to do that, I'm going to need to sign in with an account that actually I can actually get an email for. So let's do that. Create new user. Do Johnny at johnnybcodes.com. Oh, that's not the right field. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, how come that didn't do secure? Did I not rerun it? Okay, let's try that again. Create new user, email, Johnny at johnnybcodes.com, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. All right, register. Alrighty, and then let's say you're logged out and you've forgotten your password. Oh, I have to actually code that up, did we? Let's see here. Okay, manage users. Let's see here, forgot. Is that not in here? I thought it was in manage users. Let's see here. Sign in, get started, email. That's not the one I want. Maybe it's reset. What the heck? I was able to find this so easy last time. think I might have been looking for the wrong keyword. I think I need a reset. Yes, here we go. Send a password reset email. There we go. All right, so let's see here. Just gonna copy that. And for starting out, that's all we're going to use. You might want to put up a modal so that they can see, you pop up a modal where they can enter the password or the email that they want to have the password reset for. And we'll be doing that here in the next video. But for this one, just to kind of show you real quick, register user, where am I? Login VC. Actually, I want to keep this tab on the storyboard, and this one is our code. So login VC, forgot password, paste. And we are going to go ahead and pass in, for starters, we're going to just go ahead and use whatever is in the email text. I'm going to say email, guardlet email equal email text dot text. Else we'll just return and pass in email right here. And then if there's not an error, if let error equal error, we'll handle this, and we will be handling those. Don't you worry. Then let's go ahead and maybe throw up an alert controllers telling them to go and check their email. And I'm not ashamed to admit, but I always forget the code for doing that real quick. So I'm going to say alert view controller Swift. Now the UI alert view is the old one that's deprecated, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just gonna copy that. Alert, UI alert. This is still an alert controller. Title, VC, yep. This is self. All right, so the title string is the title. We'll do it all in the title actually. And we'll say check email. Check email for password reset. And we will see how that looks. Looks like this is old code. There we go. So just go ahead and follow the prompts to fix that. And this is how I code. I kind of just throw up the basics just to get things, going and working, and then I'll come back and refine it, add in, the to-dos, error handling, all that kind of stuff. Some people might not like that or go about it indifferent. They might feel like they need to have, the entire login view controller completely fixed with error handling and everything before they go on to the next one. But this is kind of just how I work. Login. Oh yes. Okay. So forgot password. Let's go ahead and put my password in here. Johnny@johnnybcodes.com. And I'm going to say forgot password. There we go. Check email for password reset. And I need an OK button on there. So let OK button equal UI alert action, title OK, style dot cancel, and we don't need any handler there. Then we say alert dot add action and OK button. There we go. Oh yeah, Peter, I Google things constantly. I find it's much quicker to just Google it than try to remember and work on it yourself for simple things. Okay. Oh yeah, we're just going to be doing this over again. Just want to test. Okay. All right, great. So now let me open up over here. What it looks like. And here we go. Like, you didn't have to do anything with like a backend server or anything to handle password reset. Literally those like 3 lines of code. And then all your user has to do is click on this link. That's because I sent 2 of those. Let's try this one. Okay, here we go. Don't use, and now we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and say save. And then we can close that. No, don't save that password. And simulator. So now we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, where our password was previously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say login, and hopefully, yeah, that works. Alrighty. So that is how you can implement password reset, and you can actually customize this. So you'll see here, we have some generic placeholders like follow this to reset your project password, your project team. So that is in your console. You can change that. Let's see, where can you change that? It's over here somewhere, if I recall. Oh yeah, here, authentication templates. So password reset, you can go ahead and change your sender name, reply, your subject, your message even, so you can change all of that. So let's say sender name from, let's see here, project public facing name. Let's call this Firestore. Maybe I shouldn't have named this Firestore. This could become confusing at some point. Project support email, sure, why not? Sender name, Johnny B. From, no reply, and you can even customize your domain, but you have to go through some domain verification, which I'm not going to go over right now. Subject, app name, public facing name, so that's going to be Firestore. App name, password for your email, okay, yeah, so that should be better now. I'm going to save that. Yeah, so now we're getting the app called Firestore. Maybe not so clever. Maybe on the final app, I'll rename that, come up with something else. All right, but that's how you can set up your password reset, set up your password reset template, and everything else that we did quite a bit. We got our login and registration flow handled for password and email. We still need to do Facebook. We still need to do all of that error handling, progress. So they're not just waiting for registration and login to occur. We're also going to create a users collection. So there's a lot more actually that's going to be going just into the login and registration. But we're going to wrap this up for now. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Hopefully this was, not super boring and beneficial to you. And I'll talk to you guys in the chat. See you later.